What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams. Happy Wednesday, and today we're going to continue to journey through the movies that were hand selected by my girlfriend, and we've got a doozy of one for today. We're going to be taking a look at the adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the eighth dimension, starring Peter Weller, John Lithgow, Ellen Barkin, Jeff Goldblum, Christopher Lloyd, and Lewis Smith. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, we've got a doozy of a movie here for everyone today. We're going to be taking a look at the adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the eighth dimension, hand selected by my girlfriend for me to review as we celebrate both her birthday and my birthday throughout the month of August. And as our movie opens, Buckaroo Banzai and his mentor, Dr. Tochi Hakita, perfect the oscillation overthruster, a device that allows an object to pass through solid matter. Banzai tests it by driving his jet car through a mountain. While in transit, he finds himself in another dimension. After exiting the mountain and returning to his own normal dimension, he discovers that an alien organism has attached itself to the undercarriage of his car. Meanwhile, Dr. Emilio Lizardo, who is incarcerated at the Trenton home for the criminally insane, sees a television news story of Banzai's successful test. Now, in 1938, Doctors Lizardo and Hakita had built a prototype overthruster, but Lizardo tested it before it was ready, and as a result, he became stuck in between dimensions. He was attacked by aliens until he was freed by his colleagues, emerging changed and violent. Understanding that Banzai has finally accessed the eighth dimension, Lizardo escapes the asylum and plots to steal the overthruster. Banzai and his band, the Hong Kong Cavaliers, are performing at a nightclub when Banzai interrupts their musical intro in order to address a depressed woman in the audience named Penny Pretty. During a song that he performs especially for her, she attempts suicide, which is mistaken for an assassination attempt on Banzai. After questioning her at the jail, he realizes that she is his late wife Peggy's long-lost identical twin sister, and so he bails her out. Later, during a press conference to discuss his jet car experience, the overthruster, and the specimen of alien transdimensional life that he had obtained while traversing the eighth dimension, Banzai is called to the phone where he receives an electrical shock. Simultaneously, strange men disrupt the event and kidnap Hikita. When Banzai returns, his electrical shock enables him to recognize them as humanoid aliens, and he gives chase. He rescues Hikita, and they manage to evade the aliens just long enough for the Cavaliers to rescue them. Banzai and the Cavaliers then return to the Banzai Institute, where they are met by John Parker, a messenger for John Emdahl, the leader of the Black Lectroids of Planet 10. Parker delivers a recording from Emdahl in which she explains that her people have been at war with the hostile Red Lectroids for years, managing to banish them to the eighth dimension. Lizardo's failed test of the overthruster in 1938 allowed the Red Lectroids' tyrannical leader, Lord John Horfin, to take Lizardo's mind and enable several dozen of his allies to escape. Because Banzai has now perfected the overthruster, Emdal fears that Horfin and his allies will try to acquire it in order to free other red lectroids, and he tasks Banzai with stopping Horfin. Otherwise, the black lectroids will attack Russia from their orbiting ship, which will trigger a nuclear World War III that'll annihilate the red lectroids on Earth as well as all of humankind. The Cavaliers track the red lectroids to Yoyodyne propulsion systems in New Jersey, and they realize that Orson Welles' broadcast of the War of the Worlds described the lectroids' arrival in 1938, although afterwards the lectroids forced Welles to say that it was fictional. Now, Yoyodyne has been building a spacecraft in order to cross over the eighth dimension, disguised as a new United States Air Force bomber. While the Cavaliers are planning their response, red lectroids break into the Institute and kidnap Penny, unaware that they have also captured the overthruster which she was carrying. At Yoyodyne, Penny refuses to tell the red lectroids where the overthruster is, and they begin to torture her. Banzai enters Yoyodyne headquarters alone, and the Cavaliers follow, reinforced by several groups of the Blue Blaze Irregulars, civilians who are recruited to assist the Cavaliers whenever necessary. Banzai saves Penny and fights off the red lectroids, though she is wounded and unconscious. While the Cavaliers tend to her, Banzai and Parker sneak into a pod on the Yoyodyne spacecraft. Lacking Banzai's overthruster, Horfin insists that they use his imperfect model, which fails to make the dimensional transition. Instead, the red electroid spaceship breaks through the Yoyodyne wall and takes off into the atmosphere. Lord Horfin ejects the pod containing Banzai and Parker from the craft, but they manage to activate it and use its weapon systems in order to destroy Horfin and the other red lectroids. Banzai then parachutes back to Earth, where Parker returns to his people in orbit by using the pod. With the situation resolved and war averted, Banzai finds Penny has died from her injuries. When he goes to give her one final kiss, Emdal gives Banzai another brief shock, reviving Penny as our movie comes to its end. Okay. I've always seen this movie like advertised. You'd see the video in video stores. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. And you're like, what the hell is this? You look at the cast listing and you see names like Jeff Goldblum, Christopher Lloyd, Ellen Barkin. It's like, okay. This could be interesting. I enjoy those people, especially Jeff Goldblum and Christopher Lloyd. But I had never seen it before. And so I sit down and I start watching this movie. And I'm thinking to myself, because she's already gone to sleep by the time I'm watching this, I'm thinking, babe, what did you pick for me to watch? It was weird. I'm not going to lie. It was weird. It was strange. I did like how they tried to tie the storyline into the War of the Worlds. I thought that was a great little, plot device there that they used. Overall, though, this movie was just strange. It also had a very They Live feel to it, and the fact that Buckaroo Banzai could see these aliens for who they were, while the rest of his Cavaliers couldn't. Much like when John Nada, Roddy Piper's character in They Live, puts the sunglasses on, He's exposed to the aliens, but when the sunglasses are off, you can't see who they are. I thought that was a cool little twist. Definitely, like I said, a little They Live action there. I do believe this was before They Live, though. So They Live may have actually stolen the concept from here. But I digress. I've seen They Live multiple times. This is my first time seeing this. So potato, potato, tomato, tomato. I'm not saying it was a bad movie, because it was definitely entertaining. But it was very weird. In its weirdness, when it comes to my rating, I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. This one is definitely going to take some time to grow on me. I'm going to have to see it more times. And if I just keep feeling the way I do right now, then it's probably going to stay put where it is. But if it's one of those movies where the more you see it, the more you like it, then this one may end up growing on me. But we'll just have to bide our time and wait and see. But for right now, 2.5 out of 5 stars for the adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension. What do you guys think of this one? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel, as we once again open up the vaults for Throwback Thursday. Casa D18 Studios, the Simple Man brand, the Jeff Meacham Network, Jay Hebert Studios, and the NoDQ.com YouTube channel all come together in a weekly extravaganza with classic content from all brands. You'll be able to see the ATW View, the Indie Force Podcast, Open Mic Night, the No DQ Review, No DQ and AV, Talk Wrestling, Stat Boy Rants, Double Down with Double A, Dads on Wrestling, and Renegade of Wrestling, all in one place every week while the content lasts on the Casa D18 Studios channel and Throwback Thursday. And then make sure you guys tune in on Friday, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And we'll be wrapping up this week of movies selected by my girlfriend with Hudson Hawk, starring Bruce Willis, Danny Aiello, Andy McDowell, Sandra Bernhardt, David Caruso, Andrew Bernarski, Frank Stallone, James Coburn, Frank Welker, and others. You don't want to miss out on any of that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, Throwback Thursday, Hudson Hawk, so much more coming up for you right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel and Renegades Reviews. You don't want to miss any of it. So make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Stat Boy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE watch-along coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of science fiction movies, fans of strange movies, fans of the War of the Worlds, fans of Christopher Lloyd and Jeff Goldblum and Ellen Barkin. Anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video, share it with them, as it's the only way we're going to keep my visibility up and YouTube's algorithms now that we are in fact a monetized channel right here on the platform. Thank you once again to everybody out there who joined me and tuned in today. It means so much more to me than you guys will ever know. And I will see you guys next time.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.